Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Chastity. We're gonna read a lot of books and then talk about it. It's kind of the whole shtick. It is October. It's been October for a couple of weeks now, but I am finally in a spot where it is October. It's finally cold outside, like cold, and it's spooky season. So, in honor of spooky season, we are gonna read some what are supposed to be scary books. Now, I love a good scary book. I love a good thriller, mystery, murder, like suspense, psychological thriller. Those things are so good. I love them so much. That's why I really kind of enjoy Stephen King. But I know he is the king of spooky season. We are not going to be reading any Stephen King this week, this month, however long. Just to give some other people a shot. I got some new books, obviously. The first one that we're going to read this week is What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall. This is not actually my book. This is a book that was loaned to me like 4 months ago by my best friend. And she said, you have to read this. And I said, excellent, I will. And then it kept getting pushed for video projects. So we're just going to make it its own video project and get it read. So I'm in the second or third chapter already and very much my vibe. It's the first book that I'm like, I need to know what happens next that I've had in a couple of weeks. And so hopefully this will pull me out of whatever like mild book slump that I've entered because I haven't been reading much. And anything I read, I haven't been like obtaining the information. It just kind of like floats around and then falls out. So, What Lies in the Woods? I'm on page 66 of this book, and oh my god, I can't put it down. It's so good. I'm supposed to be going to get lunch soon, and I kind of don't want to because I need to know what happens. So far, you're following the narrator, Naomi, who was attacked in the woods when she was 11 with her two best friends. And there are secrets that we are uncovering, that people don't really know what's going on. And I feel like I can't say anything without giving everything away, but it's her complicated feelings about the attack, the attacker, the mysteries left in the woods by 11-year-old girls. This was an excellent pick. Thank you, Sierra, for loaning me this book. I'm not even a fourth of the way through it, and oh my god, I can't put it down. It's so good. Okay, I had to come inside because it was really cold on the porch, but I'm finally back in my spot on the couch, and the plan is to finish this book today because honestly, I'm on page 133 of 319, and What Lies in the Woods is so good. I'm having a blast. You saw that I cried. That happened, but there's so much more to this than what I thought when I started it. Because I really didn't know what I was getting into. It was just a recommendation from Sierra. So I went into this with no idea. And just from like the first couple of chapters, I was like, oh, we're going to follow 3 girls who survived a serial killer and they have a secret. Great, cool. No, there's so much more than just 3 girls and a secret. I keep texting my friend and I'm like, hey, is this what happened? Did this happen? Is this who did it? And she's like, stop asking me questions. So, I'm about a third of the way through, and I want to finish it tonight. I want to finish it so bad. Because if I finish it, then I can start the next one. So far, I'm leaning towards like a 4-star for this. I have a really lenient, like, grading system, because if I liked the book even a little bit, I'm like, great, 4 stars. Like, you have to be a really bad book to get a 1 star. I've given 1 stars. But this one, so good. I'm waiting. I know there's going to be a twist. I know there's going to be a twist that I don't see coming and that like wrecks me a little bit. But I can't think about that right now because this is just so good. So I'm going to jump back in The chapters aren't numbered, so I don't know like what like quote unquote chapter I'm on, but I'm on page 133 and it's so good. So good. I feel like I can't say anything without giving major plot points away. Oh my goodness. Okay. Me and Naomi have some more things to talk about. I finished What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall. I gave it 5 stars. How could you not give it 5 stars? I feel like I can't tell you a single thing without giving everything away. But essentially what this book is it starts out with 3 girls at the age of 11, one of which was attacked by a known serial killer, and their testimony puts this man in prison. Now, fast forward 22 years later, and he dies in prison. Now, the main character, Naomi, and her friends, Cass and Liv, come back together, and there's a lot of questions asked about the legitimacy of their claim that it was the serial killer. And there's a reporter in town asking lots of questions. It's just so good. And you don't know who you trust and what the right answer is until the very last page. In my personal opinion, it was so good. It gave me the same feeling that Silent Patient did, in the sense of like, you think you know, and you think you know, and you think you know, and then something happens and you go, I didn't know anything. You know what I mean? It was just so good, and I love this. Now I have to go take it back to my friend so she can have her book back. We love that for her, but well, definitely this might be one that I have to purchase so it can go on my book of trophies, because it was just so good. Now, that being said, time to start our next book. Next, I think it's going to be Lucy Foley's The Guest List. I've heard mixed reviews on this, from what I understand, because I don't know much going into this one either. I like going into scary or like thriller books, kind of like, I don't want to have a direction. I just want to go and be scared and be a little like detective on my own. But from what I understand, it is a wedding party on a Irish island, and a murder happens, and you don't know who to trust. So we feel like there's a theme right now, but I'm really excited about this. I've heard very good things about Lucy Foley, but I've never read one of her books. So I'm very excited. I've seen very good reviews on this one, so we're going to give her a try today. Now, I look like this because I have to go to my big girl job for a few hours, and then we're going to come home, put on some comfy clothes, and dig in. So I'll see you in a few hours. Listen here, bucko. You gotta give me a second. Just give me a second, okay? Give me a second. We finished The Guest List by Lucy Foley. I have thoughts. I don't know what I want to rank this right now, because I literally just finished it. I listened to it while I cleaned my apartment yesterday. There were so many twists, and the way that everything interconnects, I wasn't really anticipating. And I like the way that they did this, where you kind of have to guess both things. Who's dead, who killed him. And I didn't anticipate either one of those things. I didn't guess who it was at all. The premise of this book is it is a wedding happening on an island in Ireland, because of they talk about the Irish roots, and it goes back and forth between the day before and the day of the wedding, and then the wedding night, where they're looking for who was murdered and then who killed them. You follow the bride, one of the bridesmaids, one of the plus ones, and one of the groomsmen through the entirety of the book until and the wedding planner. Sorry, can't forget the wedding planner. All the way through till the end. And then you start to get perspectives from the groom as well. I really did like this. I think It was my first Lucy Foley novel. I think I'm going to give it a 3.5. Like, it was good. Can you chill for like a minute? It was good. You think a 3.25, you think a 3.5 is not enough or too much? Why are you complaining right now? Zeus disagrees. Okay. We'll just do it like this for a minute. I think I'm going to give it a 3.5. I will definitely recommend it to anybody who loves like a thriller, suspense, murder mystery situation, because that was just great. But it wasn't exactly what I was looking for. Oh my God. It wasn't really what I was looking for in the sense of like I wanted something that was spooky and like would scare me a little bit. This didn't really do that. But it was still like a good mystery, like a good like thriller, murder mystery situation. Yeah. We'll recommend it to my other like reader friends, but not one that I would like read again. You know what I mean? Now, next. Also, it's past Halloween at this current moment. And I was talking to my roommate and I was like, this was supposed to go up on Halloween. Like, my life has just been really hectic right now. And she made a very valid point that I agree with wholeheartedly. Scary books are not just for Halloween. Granted, this is supposed to be a Halloween video, but we'll see you in the beginning of November. But scary books are not just for Halloween, so we're going to continue into the fall season with Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. I have heard so many good things about this book. I have heard so many good things about this book, and it's been on my TBR, and I said, I want to read that. And so when I found it, this whole video was specifically so I could read this book. Let me be very clear. Well, this one and What Lies in the Woods, which was Chef's Kiss. So we're going to go do a little bit of shopping. I'm going to change. And then we're going to start Dark Matter. I'm actually so excited. I don't know a lot about this. I think it's like a sci-fi horror, sci-fi thriller, something like that. We're excited about her. I can't wait. I've heard really good things, and I got told that Blake Crouch might be a new like auto buy after this book. So we're gonna find out. Okay. I told you I was going shopping today and that I was going to change clothes. I have this fun little like, my dad was in the army, so I have a fun like army PT sweatshirt from when he was in the military. And that TikTok like skirt, I'll post a picture. I love this outfit. It's my new go-to. Fresh kisses. Anyway, I want to tell you what I bought. I love going. So I had some unfortunate things happen in my personal life recently. And so my friend was like, let's like have like a girl date. And I said, absolutely. So we went to Joann's and I got some new yarn. And then Chili's and Barnes & Noble. Because you can't go on a girl date and not go to Barnes & Noble. That's not how it goes. Cheryl, timer! I also made hot Dr. Pepper for myself. Do you want one?
I said I wanted one.
When?
When you said you had stuff for it.
I'll make you one when I'm done.
Okay.
Trevin, do you want hot Dr. Pepper?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Have you ever had a hot Dr. Pepper?
I don't know.
Probably
Or
not.
I don't think so. I've
It's
never
probably not.
I have never had a hot dog.
It's good. My mom used to make it for me when I was like younger, because she had it when she was in college.
Yeah.
And like my grandma used to make, it's just like this thing that's been passed down forever. And every time I tell somebody, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm making hot Dr. Pepper, they go, I'm sorry, but it's literally a can of Dr. Pepper. You heat it up on the stove with 2 lemon slices, and it's one of my favorite things on the planet.
That sounds good.
It is good.
It's just like you're just heating up all the flavors together. So yeah.
And I mean, it's kind of like caramely, and it gets rid of the carbonation, so it's more like a smooth, I don't know, it's good. I'm doing a book haul because I went to the bookstore today.
Oh, so you're recording. Sorry, you'll have to wait a couple minutes.
That's fine. That's what the cut form is for.
Were you recording when it went off?
Yeah, absolutely.
Please keep it in there.
Wow.
I'm gonna keep all of the, I want one. I love when I'm interrupted by my roommate. It's my favorite time of day. Anyway, let's look at the books that I bought. Also, I'm part of the, like, look at my new tote. It's so cute. Just says a bag of books. But I love this color, this like burnt-y orange color. So pretty. Anywho, I bought 3 books today because I was financially conscious. Actually, if I was financially conscious, I wouldn't have bought any books, but that's not the point. So, first of all, I did have a qualm because I bought What Feasts at Night by T. Kingfisher. The first one that I have, which was What Moves the Dead, because this is part of that little series. I think it's just a duology. Is paperback. This is hardback. I looked online and they don't sell it in paperback. So, they don't match, and that's going to drive me crazy. But I'm really excited about this one. I feel like it's not going to be spore horror, and I'm curious if it's still like... So What Moves the Dead was The Fall of the House of Usher retelling, but in spore horror. I, quite frankly, honestly don't know anything about this one, but I am very excited about it. The front cover, like the inside, has moths. So that might be what's up. Yeah, I'm just going to have to look it up. I'm very curious. Because it is folklore. Anyway, What Feasts at Night. I've been waiting for this book, honestly, so they can sit next to each other on my little shelf and be just a little bit creepy because of the, like, covers are, like, kind of grotesque. I like it a lot. I also got God Killer. I've been meaning to read this one for a while. It popped up on my Goodreads, I think, and I was like, oh, that looks really interesting. That looks really good. So I added her. And this is the first one, if I remember correctly, and then the next one is Sunbringer. Follow somebody who makes a living by killing gods. I'm kind of excited about it. And you know it's going to be good when there's a map in the front. That's the way that it goes. But yeah, so God Killer by Hannah Kaner. A Fallen Gods novel. I'm very excited about this one. Again, I don't know much. I'm very much a, like, if the cover looks interesting, I'm like, great. I judge a book by its cover a lot of the time. And I remember reading the, like, blurb at one point, and then I added it to my Goodreads, like TBR, and then I purchased it with no other research. I just said, great, that sounds like a fun time, and I added it. Now, this one today I found, and I said, ooh, I like that cover, that sounds interesting. And then I read a little bit about it, like on the little blurb on the inside, and it's about vampires and humans, and it was a special edition, so like how could I, like, possibly pass it up? This is Immortal Dark by Tigist Girma. I'm so sorry if I said that wrong. The back, like, kind of caught me, and it says, am I scaring you? His voice rumbled like mountain rocks. Do you want to leave? The muscles of his shoulders tensed as if he were preparing for another blow. He was mistaking her accelerated heart rate for fear. She lifted her lashes to him and rested her hand over his. And I said, Forbidden love? Forbidden love? Very vampiric. I'm very excited. A lost heiress, a soulless vampire, a secret drenched in blood. So we can't wait to read that one. But these all 3 were like, at least 2 of them gave very creepy vibes. And then the other one was like a fantasy, so very fall-esque. But I thought they were perfect for this season. But now I'm going to go make my roommate some hot Dr. Pepper and start Dark Matter. Because it's time. I have been so busy today, but it's time to start a new book. Okay, guys. I understand that it looks like I'm in the same clothes, but it has been days. Days have passed. I just haven't updated. This book is so good. I love the concept of the multiverse, where there are multiple realities happening. Every universe, there is another me that has made a life-altering decision that has, like, beard, and I did this one, and that universe did this one. I love that concept. It's so fun, and that's what this book is. It's a multiverse. Schrodinger's cat and all the things. I will say, because it's sci-fi, it's more like a sci-fi thriller, I think. I am having a little bit of a hard time following some of the science, but I'm getting there. But as one of my friends said to me today when I text her about it, she goes, you can't understand it, just roll with it. And so that's what we're doing. We're just going to go with it and enjoy the ride that it's taking us on, because this is so good. I'm on page 180 out of 340, I think. And so I'm like right at the halfway, like just a little bit past halfway. And I'm loving this book. I'm loving this book. It's so good. But I am going to go sit out on my porch. It is 65 degrees outside. So I'm going to take a little blanket and I'm going to take my Celsius and we're going to go outside and sit on the porch and read Dark Matter. And I'm having the best time. Do you understand that I'm having the best time? Like, Lord have mercy. So, my fizz-free peach mango green tea. It's my absolute favorite. Celsius. It's my favorite energy drink currently. And they're consistently out of stock. So I'm glad that I got one today. Dark Matter. Blake Crouch is a genius. I really didn't expect the twists and turns that I found. It didn't really feel like a thriller as much as like a sci-fi novel, which might have just been my own misunderstanding, but nonetheless, holy crap. This is a 6-star read. Like, this is an amazing book and I loved it. It, like, right from the beginning, I was in it and I was ready and I was like, all right, what's going to happen next? I have no words. Because I feel like I can't say anything without giving stuff away. What I can say is you are following Jason Dessen through his experience when he is kidnapped and thrown into a parallel universe. And that's all I can really say, because that all happens in like the first chapter and you kind of like already know that's what's going to happen. And if I could, I would recommend this book to literally anyone. It's so good and it's like kind of heartbreaking and so scientific, even if it's all like science fiction. It's just so good. I had a wonderful time. I read a large majority of this book today at a coffee shop. And I hope that I looked like a smart girl reading a smart girl book. Because I felt like a smart girl reading a smart girl book. But also, like, I just had a good time. I was just kicking my feet and having a good time with this book and with these characters. And I will be reading more Blake Crouch. I think the next one that I have been recommended is Recursion. But bro, 340 pages of just wild. You never expect what's going to happen next. Like, really, you don't. Which I know I've said that in the past. This was an incredible book. Like, I had 2 out of the 3 were just phenomenal. And I mean, even the guest list was a really good book. Like, this was a fun time. Okay? This was a really fun time. That being said, thank you guys so much for being here. I hope that you enjoyed me reading what I thought were going to be 3 scary books, which turned out to be a sci-fi and 2 mystery thrillers for like the month of October. Not like, either way, these were incredible. And scary books and thrillers and horrors aren't just for October, but it's a fun time to dive in and make them a priority. But all that being said, I know that it's November now. Just bear with me. It's been a long month, okay? Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. If you haven't already, subscribe. And then you'll hit the little bell icon. You'll be notified every time that I post a new video. If you want to comment down below anything you would like to see me do, whether it be reading activities or reading a certain book, or if you just have a video idea that you think would be really fun, let me know. All of that being said, I love you so much, and I will see you in the acknowledgements.